What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Ardretti. We back with another one, and I hope you've been good since the last one. Today we are talking about Jason Voorhees. He was just announced for Dead by Daylight. The 10th anniversary announcement is here. It's lit. I love Jason. It's my favorite killer of all horror. I might even throw up the picture. I got a Jason mask, man. Man, that's my boy. So to hear that he's finally in Dead by Daylight, I'm ecstatic. You know what I mean? It's everybody's lit. Everything's lit. I'm gonna have my first P100 killer. I'm making it Jason. It is what it is. I'm a P100 Elodie main on Survivor, but I still been looking for my killer, man. There's some older gameplay back when I used to play DBD heavy. P400 lobby right here. Me against the Swift, and I was running the fake Jason, playing as Trapper. But we don't got to do the fake Jason no more, man. We could play the real one. With that being said, I do want to talk a little bit about what his powers may be. I'm hoping, I don't even know what I'm hoping for, man. Jason has so many, tools in his bag and they can go so many different ways with it. I wouldn't be mad if they decided to give him many different play styles, because that's part of his essence. So, in terms of some theorizing, right? Let's go ahead and get some theories in here. Now, one concept they could do, you can call this, kind of like the stalker in the woods, where he enters a silent kind of hunt mode, terror radius shrinks or no terror radius. The survivors hear like fake environmental sounds, branches snapping, footsteps, breathing. And then when a survivor looks away from him, he gets like a short burst of speed. You know what I mean? You could do something like that. You can maybe do something right where he kind of builds a rage meter throughout the match. He gets stunned, a generator pops, survivors vault next to him. Whichever, however you want to build the rage meter. Any adverse effect towards him builds a rage meter at full rage. He breaking pallets in one hit. Stun duration is dang near non-existent. Louder chase, louder terror radius, speed boost in chase. Like you could just let him go nuts at that point. Maybe, and this is one that I've seen people talk about, where he can swap weapons at the locker. You got to give him the machete, right? Maybe that's like the balanced version where he's 110, normal terror radius, everything's normal. Maybe you give him an axe where he's slower, but he could destroy pallets, walls a lot faster. Maybe you give him a spear that he could throw or some type of throwable. Or a pickaxe, which kind of does deep wound with anti-heal property. You can give him like different stances that he can switch into. You can give him traps. He like traps. Different types of traps too. Maybe you give him snares. Maybe you give him ones that injure, if you run into the trap. Maybe he can teleport to the traps. A little bit like what we see with the hag, but of course better in modern. You can give him like noise traps, just all types of different traps, right? Um, man, the ideas are endless. Maybe there's a power where he can summon the fog, from summon fog, and within the fog that consumes an area, he has like higher chase mobility. Maybe scratch marks are enhanced. You know what I mean? Skill checks within the fog are harder for survivors. Or in his terror radius, skill checks get harder while he's in the fog. It's just, man, you got it's endless. I'm excited to see which way in which direction they go with it. But man, the greatest horror icon, in my opinion, and in a lot of other people's opinions, is here into the greatest horror game, the greatest multiplayer horror game, in my opinion, and many others' opinions. And it is just a meeting of the best thing, man. We finally got Jason. We've been wanting Jason since the game came out. I mean, the mascot of the game was inspired by Vorhees, and we are Vorhees. You feel me? And it's finally here. It's finally here, man. Um, it's so many different powers that he could have. Like What if he could phase through things? Maybe breakable walls that he leaves up, he can walk through them. Um, maybe he can use a power and go through floors. Like maybe he can go from basement, to the top floor of Shack, or I don't know, just anything, man. We we just spitballing and theory crafting, man. But I'm open to anything, man. I look. I like Jason so much, man, that I kind of, even if he's a detail killer, you might see me still playing him. You know what I mean? Like I'm ready to watch the movies this weekend. I'm ready to read up on the lore again. I'm ready to just deep dive into Jason coming into Dead by Daylight. This got me ready to get back playing Dead by Daylight. I stopped playing it. Not because anything was negative, just sometimes you take breaks at things here and there, no matter how good it is. And I'm ready to come back, whip out that P100 Elity and grind up a P100 Jason, man. They could play with his terror radius. Maybe the closer he is, the less you hear of his terror radius. You know what I mean? On like a psychological stealth killer, to where when you don't have a terror radius, you know he's close to you. What if they did something like that, where his terror radius is pretty much heard by survivors across the map? And when you don't hear the terror radius, that's how you know he's close. No red stain, no breathing, nothing. Anyway, the possibilities are endless. Let me know your thoughts. For sure, let me know your thoughts, man. I can't wait. Are you going to be playing Jason? What powers do you think he's going to have? Are you excited about the 10th anniversary of Dead by Daylight? Let me know what's going on, y'all. It's your boy Ardretti, and I hope you have a good one. Peace.